we're going to talk about how my grandfather was technically in the war. And Grandma, from here, I'll let you take it away. And the first question I'll ask is, what was your initial reaction of him wanting to go?
I cried. I did not want him to go. We were not married yet. We were engaged, planning our wedding. And I get a letter that he signed up for Vietnam.
Was it a sign-up or was it a draft?
A sign up. He was stationed in France and he wanted to be there so bad. He was in a medical field and he just wanted to be there. But because they got so many patients, so many veterans wounded into France to be taken care of. But what they would come in with, wounds, they also sent a lot of Vietnamese, in particular, a lot of women who were horribly, horribly tortured. And our guys lost a lot of body parts. And they were mentally disabled. That's the only way I know how to put it.
You're saying this for the people that were in the war or the girls? Or both?
Both.
So, did he ever really talk to you about it or no?
A little. He told me about a lot of the amputees they had, a lot of mental repercussions, a lot of burns, mutilations. And it was even hard for him to talk about. Even though he wasn't in Vietnam, he was still part of the process. It bothered him a lot. He said you wouldn't believe how they mutilated the women. And if you want a for instance, I can give you a for instance.
Go ahead.
They would take young girls, and after they raped them, they would take bottles and shove them up their private parts and make sure they broke them inside of them.
Like glass bottles? Or like...
Glass bottles.
Oh, that's horrible. Did he tell you about that?
Yes.
What'd they have to do, like remove it?
They had to try to remove the glass as best they could, and naturally the girls would never have a child. And the girls mentally they probably would have been better off dead.
Yeah, that's one thing you're never really told in the history books.
No.
That's definitely one thing you'd have to hear from a person that was there, was hand-on with that type of situation. When did he come back? How long was that?
He was in France for 3 years. 66 he came back.
And then you guys got married that same year?
67.
For my last little part right here, I'll ask about Vietnam again. With the veterans that just returned home, how were they treated again?
They were treated terribly. They were called names, and nobody appreciated them. Other wars, you had parades welcoming them back, and our veterans come back with people hated them. Now, my thing is, as I said before, our Vietnam veterans rarely talk about their part in the war. Can you tell me why?